Howdy, Dennis Bradford here. Let's think some about being, feeling, and doing better. What are the 10 realms of existence? My task is to introduce the idea of the great chain of emotions. We're building on the idea of the great chain of being that comes out of the Western philosophic tradition. Is there anything similar to be found in the Eastern tradition? Yes, there is. It comes from the Buddhist tradition, according to which there are 10 realms of existence. Let's notice and pay homage to it in this video, and then pick up on the idea of the great chain of emotions in the next video in this sequence. Although we all may become sages, successful philosophers, those who live well or wisely, the fact is that sages occur only infrequently in the human population. According to the Buddhist tradition, there are 4 realms of sagehood. Since I have no direct experience of even the lowest of them, and since it's extremely unlikely that you do either, let's set them aside for now. Since there are, supposedly, 10 realms of existence, and we are here ignoring the 4 realms of enlightened existence, that leaves the 6 realms of unenlightened existence. They are a ranked order or hierarchy. That's why they are relevant to any formulation of the great chain of emotions. They are not, though, themselves emotions. It's better to think of them as mindsets, or general attitudes or moods that include emotions, either from your own experience or from the experiences of others who are familiar to you. My guess is that you'll find them all familiar. When I've exposed Western undergraduates to them, they had no trouble at all understanding them. Whether you've directly experienced them all yourself or not, they're quite useful in gaining perspective on your own life and on the lives of others too. They make it easy to rank past and current mindsets. Just understanding them can prevent our evaluations from being skewed by our paying too much attention to unimportant but sometimes compelling personal characteristics. Though these 6 realms are ranked, it's especially important to understand that they are not fixed, lasting, permanent. Remember, these are the realms of unenlightened existence. Sages free themselves from dwelling in any of them. Contrary to the opinion of many, there is no living well in any of these 6 realms. They are all tied to the ceaseless round of birth and death. Therefore, from a sage's perspective, none should be wanted, desired, craved. Meanwhile, we non-sages ceaselessly cycle them. The realms we inhabit rise and fall with the vicissitudes of everyday life until we free ourselves. Individuals may, and usually do, move up and down from one of these realms to another. Nobody is stuck in any realm. Nobody is assured of any realm. Realizing one's true nature and manifesting it removes one permanently from any of the 6 realms. I'm about to rank them from lowest to highest. As I do, I recommend that you generate for yourself a paradigmatic example of each. Namely, either a person who well symbolizes that realm, or a period from your own life when you lived in that realm. Hell is the lowest of the 6 realms. It's the realm of intense suffering and often pain. I use the word suffering to refer to hurting psychologically, and pain to refer to hurting physically. For example, someone living in a war zone is living in hell. Someone who experienced the terrorist attack in New York City on 9/11 experienced hell. Someone stuck suffering from the worst emotions, such as shame, guilt, grief, and fear, is living in hell. The realm of hungry ghosts is the second lowest realm. It's populated by humans who are enslaved by recurrent, unsatisfiable cravings. For example, an alcoholic is a hungry ghost. A drug addict is a hungry ghost. Hungry ghosts are pictured as having swollen bellies, so intense appetites, with skinny necks that prevent satisfaction of those appetites. The realm of beasts is the realm of non-human animals who suffer because they have no free will or choice. For example, an ant, a bird, and a buffalo are obviously beasts. So too are all sentient beings who are bound by instincts or habits. The fourth lowest realm is that of fighting demons, asuras, who are humans who are incessantly driven to be winners. They always need to be on top or to come out ahead. They always need to beat others. They are incessantly competitive and bound by cravings for more power and control. For example, dictators or tyrants are fighting demons. Of course, since the amount of power and control any individual has is limited, they are always dissatisfied. The second highest realm is that of human beings, which is where most humans live. Ordinary humans lead lives characterized by dissatisfaction, dukkha. Sometimes they descend into hell when the suffering is intense, but usually their lives are just normally unhappy. That is what Thoreau had in mind when he wrote, quote, "The mass of men lead lives of quiet desperation," end quote. When the suffering is just a little more intense than usual, they tend to meet it with despair or apathy. When it's a bit less intense than usual, they enjoy it, but the enjoyment is always tinged with sadness because they realize that the experience can only be temporary. The highest realm of unenlightened existence is that of devas, heavenly beings. These are humans who enjoy great good fortune. For example, some devas have great wealth. Others are famous, sometimes actors or other entertainers. Others enjoy great beauty or sex appeal. Others are great athletes. Of course, their ascendancy is always only temporary. It never lasts. Many people think, if only I could be a diva, then I'd live well. That's false, but it's their highest aspiration. Done. That wasn't difficult to understand, was it? Even without direct experience of a realm, for example being a diva, you're at least familiar with others who have lived in all those realms. Next, let's turn our attention to a scientific method that yields a ranking, hierarchy, great chain of emotions. Let's end emotional distress.